failing was defined as basically no meaningful financial impact has been derived or observed from them. But there's still an AI mandate, right? They still feel the need, they still feel the pressure to implement these things. And the way that seems to get really expressed is internal tooling, right? We're going to force, or let's soften that a little bit, maybe, provide tools that we can, incentivize our employees to adopt that do very much rely on AI. And I think this relates very strongly to, there was a report that came out, I think it was last week, that basically said, if I'm remembering the number correctly, something like 95% of AI initiatives at large companies are failing, right? And failing was defined as basically no meaningful financial impact has been derived or observed from them. And I think that dynamic that I just described, to me, is the explanation as to why, right? If all you're doing with the AI is saving me as a corporate employee time, I'm probably going to find other ways to use that time, right? So, I think if we're going to get this right, it doesn't really matter if you're kind of risk, averse, or if you are very tolerant of risk, right? The dynamics still kind of are fundamentally the same across all types of companies, right? Which is, if all we're doing is kind of, putting this at the the edge of our business, if I can steal a term, right? Actually, I have a book here, which I'll plug briefly. The author of this book has kind of talked about AI at the core versus AI at the edge, right? AI at the core being we really rethink our business processes, as I was talking about earlier, versus AI at the edge being we just keep everything the same and put an AI veneer on the end of it. If we're doing everything that we assume that the core of our business remains exactly the same, and we're just putting an AI layer on it, I think all of those things are ultimately doomed to either not really have that much customer impact or internal user impact, or frankly fail, right?